So today we're going to be touring one of the few neighborhoods in DC, our nation's capital, where you can still buy a house. Yes, a house, not a condo, for under $600,000. Now, with all the new development, both on the commercial and residential side going on in this neighborhood, who knows how long this is going to be possible where you can still buy a house for under $600,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that neighborhood is Anacostia. We're going to tour this historic neighborhood, and I'm going to be mixing it up by highlighting its rich history and also the newer developments that are currently going on that's reshaping the area. And then we're going to take a look at a few homes, and we're getting after it right now. So if you stumbled across this video, I'm assuming that's most likely because you're interested in DC real estate, whether that be buying or selling a home in the DC area, or you might just be interested in the DC real estate market at large. If that's the case, you're at the right place. Feel free to subscribe below. My name is Bashir, and I get calls, texts, emails from folks just like you looking to buy or sell a home in the DC metro area. So if your plans on doing that are in the next 30, 60, or 90 days, feel free to reach out to me through call, text, or email. All my contact details are pinned in the comments and in the description below. Look forward to helping you find your place in the city. So good old Anacostia, east of the river. Now, if you've ever wondered why they refer to Anacostia as east of the river, that's literally because it's located on the eastern side of the Anacostia River. So this river right here basically separates Anacostia from other more prominent neighborhoods in Southeast, like Capitol Hill, Navy Yard, which is all of this right behind me. This is Navy Yard right here, right? So you can see the National Stadium in the back. You can also see a ton of expensive condos and apartments. So over the years, Anacostia has had, its fair share of challenges compared to its other counterpart neighborhoods in Southeast DC. Challenges like lower property values, lack of amenities, and certain stigmas. But I can assure you that's not going to be the case for much longer. And I'll tell you why. Because of two main reasons, in my opinion. First reason is there's been a couple, both small and medium-sized businesses who have decided to take the leap of faith and open up their doors in the Anacostia neighborhood. And we all know what happens when businesses, small, medium, or large, decide to open up shop in different parts of the city. It drives economic growth. And secondly, which is, I think, a huge one, is the construction of the 11th Street Bridge Park, which is basically the reconstruction of the 11th Street Highway Bridge into an elevated public park that's going to sit 30 feet over the Anacostia River. And the bridge is going to connect Anacostia to Capitol Hill, Navy Yard, with the goal of bridging the physical, social, and economic divide that has long existed between these two sides of the river. And all of this is projected to be complete by 2025, which is basically around the corner. So hopefully there are no delays with that. I've seen quite a few of the renderings online, and it's looking pretty amazing. I mean, just imagine a public park that's a bridge that's elevated above water. Pretty cool stuff. And another cool thing about this entire project is quite a few of the residents of Anacostia were deeply involved in bringing this whole entire idea to life. I think some of the residents were on some kind of board or committee, and they had a lot of say-so on how this project was going to come to life, which is really cool because a lot of times when developers come into a certain neighborhood and they're building, it's usually a case of, this is what we're building this many units for residential, this many units for retail, and they get their plans from the city, and it's a done deal. But the construction of this bridge was different because the residents actually had say-so and input into this entire project. Anyway, with all that being said, right now I'm at the bottom end of Anacostia Park. So let's tour the rest of this amazing park, which is another hidden gem feature of the Anacostia neighborhood. And then we'll tour other parts of the neighborhood, and then we'll look at the homes. I'll see you in a bit.
Today we're talking about Anacostia, a neighborhood that's deeply rooted in history and full of exciting momentum for the future. Located in Southeast DC, just across the Anacostia River from Capitol Hill, this area has deep roots in DC's cultural and historical fabric. Today we're going to do a deep dive into some of Anacostia's most iconic landmarks, and later on we'll explore the exciting new developments happening in the neighborhood, so stay tuned. Let's start off with a place that embodies the spirit of Anacostia, the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site. This was the final home of Frederick Douglass, the legendary abolitionist and statesman known as Cedar Hill. His house sits on a hill with a breathtaking view of DC that reminds us of his powerful presence. Inside, you'll find the original furnishings, personal items, and artifacts that shed light on Douglass's life and the causes he championed. This site gives a real sense of what it was like to walk in his shoes and experience his world, making it one of the most significant landmarks in DC. Then there's the Anacostia Community Museum, a Smithsonian museum that really digs into the African American experience, urban life, and the history of DC's communities. This museum is more than just exhibits. It's a community-driven space that dives into stories often overlooked. The rotating exhibits and programs tackle themes like social justice and local history. If you're curious about the changing social landscape of DC and how people are actively shaping it, this is a place to explore. Now, a quick shout out to one of Anacostia's most unique landmarks, the Big Chair. Built in 1959, this giant chair is made of mahogany and steel and was once the largest chair in the world. Initially built as an ad for Curtis Brothers Furniture, it stood the test of time and become a quirky symbol of the neighborhood's resilience. But let's talk about Anacostia Park, a true hidden gem in DC, stretching over 1,200 acres along the Anacostia River. This park is a massive green space with so much to offer. The park was originally designed as part of an early 20th century vision to create more public green spaces in urban areas. Managed by the National Park Service, Anacostia Park today serves as a recreational haven, nature preserve, and an important cultural landmark in Southeast DC. The park has long been a gathering place for community events, particularly as a venue for music festivals, cultural celebrations, and family-friendly events. Historically, it's seen as a testament to the city's commitment to urban green space, despite challenges related to environmental issues of the Anacostia River. With its expansive lawns, wooded trails, and scenic river views, Anacostia Park offers a refreshing escape from the city hustle and provides a plethora of activities, like taking a bike ride on its paved trails, perfect for walking, jogging, or rollerblading, and going all the way along the waterfront. There's also a boat ramp for those who want to get on the river. The Anacostia Community Boathouse and other nearby facilities offer opportunities for boating, kayaking, and paddleboarding along the river. This is a great way to see the park from the water and enjoy the views of DC's skyline. Also in Anacostia Park, there's a skating pavilion, an old school roller skating rink that's a popular spot for families and friends to gather and have fun, and multi-purpose athletic fields available for sports and recreational use. These fields are primarily used for activities like football, soccer, and other team sports, and are open to the public on a first-come, first-served basis, but they can be reserved for organized events and leagues through the National Park Service. And if you're looking to swim, the park's pool and recreation center are ideal, with tennis courts right nearby for those who love a good match. Anacostia Park truly has it all, and with so much space, it never feels crowded. Now, let's look forward to what's coming for Anacostia. One of the most exciting projects on the horizon in Anacostia is the 11th Street Bridge Park. This isn't your typical park. It's a park bridge, turning the old 11th Street Highway Bridge into a vibrant green space, connecting both sides of the Anacostia River, which will ultimately connect Anacostia to Capitol Hill, Navy Yard, and the Southwest waterfront. It'll feature gardens, performance spaces, a playground, even an environmental education center. But what's remarkable is how deeply the community has been involved in its design. Residents had a say in every detail, ensuring it would reflect the values and needs of those who live here. With the recent $15 million grant, the project has officially met its $92 million budget and is set to open up in the summer of 2027. This park will be a game changer for the neighborhood, creating new connections, both literally and figuratively. Small businesses are also adding to Anacostia's appeal. One of the newest spots is Grounded, a unique plant shop that doubles as a cafe and a wellness studio with a focus on mental health. It's a peaceful place to grab a coffee, browse beautiful plants, or even take a yoga class. And just down Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue Southeast, you'll find a brand new Busboys and Poets. If you're not familiar, Busboys and Poets is more than just a restaurant. It's a cultural hub, a space where people come together over food, art, and activism. It has a profound impact on DC's neighborhoods, and Anacostia is no different. A few other local favorites include DC City Smokehouse, known for its incredible barbecue, loved by both locals and visitors to DC. Mama's Pizza Kitchen, serving up great comfort food. Kitchen Savages, a local spot with flavorful twists on classic dishes. And Turnin' Natural Juice Bar, where you can grab fresh, healthy juice and smoothies. Lastly, the Anacostia Art Center and the Hive stand out. The Art Center serves as a vibrant cultural hub in historic Anacostia, promoting local art, community engagement, and economic growth. Opened in 2013, the center provides a dynamic space for artists, entrepreneurs, and residents to connect, create, and showcase their talents, while the Hive is a co-working space for entrepreneurs and freelancers. So that's Anacostia, a neighborhood that's preserving its past while building its future, and with so much more on the horizon, it's definitely a neighborhood worth talking about. Now that you've seen everything the neighborhood has to offer, let's take a tour of a few homes to give a complete picture of what living here is actually like.
So I'm out here in Anacostia Park and I come across my good friend Wayne. So Wayne, do you want to tell us what your favorite thing is about this park?
My favorite thing about this park was just the blue grass, the water, the animals that we have here.
Animals? I didn't even know they're animals.
Oh yeah, there are deer here.
Okay.
And then we got the polluted fish. We can't eat the fish.
Right.
But just to see them jump out there.
So they only come out at night.
No, they're out there all
in the day?
In the day.
Oh, I've been out here. I haven't seen any.
You want to walk down that way?
I mean, we could. Because I didn't even know. I mean, I've always known about Anacostia Park, but like we were talking about earlier, this is like a hidden gem in DC. Yeah. So I drive across this park all the time, but I've never stopped to actually like come out and walk. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful space. So a lot of people in DC don't know about this. Would you agree?
I do agree. I'm a longtime Washingtonian. As a matter of fact, I'm 73 years old. Born and raised here. The past, Anacostia Park had a bad reputation. Mm-hmm. And it was also segregated for a long time. You guys couldn't come on the part of this side.
Right.
We weren't allowed.
Really?
We weren't allowed.
I didn't even know about
at the swimming pool during that time. But
what year was that? Like what era? Was that 80s?
No.
It had to be earlier than the 80s.
It had to be, it was the 60s.
Okay.
Now, I don't know the exact date, but it was the 60s. They ended up having a riot down there at the swimming pool. But, so this is basically in the side where the black population came.
Yeah.
And we always had our little picnics with the swimming fish down there.
Okay.
And at that time, people used to eat out, even though it was polluted.
Wow.
So, but it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
We now still have people coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Friends of Anacostia hold, activities, ceremonies.
So now a lot of people are starting to recognize the beauty of the park and
a lot of people
take advantage of it.
The beauty of the park. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, Wayne, I appreciate the insight. It's a beautiful park, and I'll be back here. Really beautiful place.
Looking forward to seeing it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So this first home that we're going to be taking a look at is, I know it doesn't look like I'm anywhere close to a home right now, but I actually am. So the home is located at the end of this dead end street, and it's right across the street from all this wooded area. So that's the home right behind me. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square foot home. We can see private parking, and you have all this greenery right beside you. And this home has a really cool feature that I'm going to save for last. So I'm not going to reveal what that is right now, but this home is priced at $545,000. So let's go in and check it out. Okay. So I really love the proximity of this wooded space to the home. You know, even though we're in the city, it still gives you a feel of being out further away from the city. And that's the thing about DC. When people talk about DC, you would think big city. A lot of people don't know DC has a lot of water, green space, and stuff like that. But anyway, as far as this house goes, we've got a working gas fireplace right there. Hardwood floors. This is our living space. Takes us into our dining room. You've got refinished hardwood floors. And we've got a pretty decent dining area, which is right beside our kitchen. Now, if you know anything about original DC houses that were built in the early to mid 1900s, you know there was probably a wall right here that was separating the dining and the kitchen. But, you know, as time goes on, people's taste tends to change. And I'm pretty sure they blew this entire wall open, put some pendant lights right there, and also put this island, right? Granite countertops throughout. You've got these dark, rich cherry cabinets. So that's our basement right there, which we're gonna check out in a sec. But I really want to show you this backyard. By the way, this is not the cool feature I was talking about, but this yard is, I mean, it's something to talk about. So check this out. Got lots of trees. Got a ton of space for gardening, and you've got this. Is this a stage of some sort? And even if this house didn't have a backyard, I mean, you've got all this, right? Of course, this isn't private property, it's public property, but, you know, so don't see a lot of homes in Anacostia or row homes, I should say, with backyards this big, unless they are single family homes. This is definitely a huge selling point for this home. And I mean, the owners, they've really taken care of this house. So let's see what we've got in the basement. Now, the listing says this is a 4-bedroom home, but I think they counted this basement as a bedroom, or probably just this space. I mean, it could be used as a bedroom if you put a door up here. You've got windows, you've got a closet. And this is just an electrical panel. Not much to see there. So, I mean, you could actually rent this entire space out. We've got a full kitchen. Also a full bath, right? Got the laundry right there in the corner. That door right there just takes you out back to the yard. So really, really functional space. Let's head up. On this level, we've got 2 additional bedrooms, full bath. There's our linen closet. So everything has, mostly in original condition, still clean. Our first bedroom. And you've got your standard standard DC closet. I mean, this is actually not too bad. I would argue most closets in DC are probably half this size. So that's not too bad. Trust me, I've seen more expensive homes with smaller closets, so, you're buying a home in DC, you know what to expect. I say that in almost every video. Because I think, people, especially people who are coming from out of town, they're shocked. Like, I'm buying a $500,000 home and that's all I get for closet space. Fortunately, that's how it is in the city. So this is the master bedroom, and look at that, you get views of that wooded area right there. Queen size bed, ceiling fan. Similar size closet. And we've got this space. So I would say this is definitely an office because you can make this a bedroom. One, there's no closet in here. So definitely not a bedroom. And then we've got this 4th level. Can also be used as an office. And then I wonder where these steps lead to. I think that leads us to the coolest feature of this home. Let's check it out. Okay. Check this out. Now, this is probably the first home that I've seen in Southeast, in Anacostia, that has a rooftop deck. We see this a lot, especially in condos, in neighborhoods in Northwest, Petworth, Columbia Heights especially. But I've never seen this feature. I mean, look at this. You get views of the entire city. Let me just zoom this in so you can see the beauty. We've got the monument right there. We've got the Capitol. We've got, I think that's the cathedral in the distance, National Cathedral, if I'm not mistaken. Arlington is over there. I think you can even see as far into Bethesda, Maryland. Really cool stuff.
And that's your backyard. So we've got views of everything. This is the front of the house. So yeah, tons of outdoor space. We've got the yard, we've got this, and we've got that. So this is definitely a huge selling point for this house. Now, time to figure out how to get back down. Okay. See you back down. So I must say, I am actually impressed with this house, and usually I can tell just how much a homeowner loved and cherished their home by the improvements they made, how it looks, how it feels, the presentation, how it smells. At this point, it's almost instinctual for me now. When I walk into a home, I can immediately tell the owners of this place took good care of this home. So this is a really nice home. It's really unique. Don't see a lot of homes east of the river with that feature up on top of the roof, that beautiful rooftop deck with panoramic views of the entire city. So yeah, really amazing home. Anyway, let's head over to the next home. Okay, so this next home is located on Talbert Street Southeast, and there's been quite a few of these row homes have been renovated. Now, this home is lower in price, but it surprisingly has more upgrades, but it's a little bit smaller on the square footage side of things. So it's this home with the yellow door, playground right across the street. So this one is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1440 square foot home. Like I said, it has more upgrades than the first home we looked at. So let's go in and check it out. All right. So we've got our living area. We've got this window that brings in a lot of natural light. So we have kind of like the contemporary design going on with the stairs right there, recessed lighting all throughout. Guess this is our pantry for the kitchen. Got this tons of countertop space in the kitchen. We've got these nice light fixtures right above our sink. And check out this window. So you can tell this was a home that was most likely gutted down to the studs and, completely renovated, because I would bet before they did these renovations, this wall came all the way to right there, and there might have been a small window right there. But open that all up because, home buyers these days want a lot of natural light. So you got to cater to what the buyers want, So simple finishes. I like the tile, the backsplash, white cabinets, stainless steel appliances.
We've got our powder room right here. Let's check out the yard space. So, cute little yard space. Got some trees that give you shade. So no grass to be mowed, right? That's just turf material, fake grass. So as much as maintenance, all you have to do is just rake up the leaves, right? And if it snows, probably gonna have to shovel that. So pretty decent amount of cabinet space. Check out the basement. Got this door right here that leads us outside. And again, this is another space that could be rented out for extra income, right? Got a bed right there. Stove, sink. Tons of storage. All right. Also got its own laundry. And a full bath. So lots of potential with this space. So this house is only just shy of 1,500 square feet. And I'm really impressed with how they've utilized the space, you know? So let's head to the third level. You've got our skylight up there. So the theme for this home is just tons of natural light. So we've got 2 bedrooms up here. We've got this one. I like the sight of the trees outside the window. Really beautiful day today. It's also very quiet outside. So we've got another kind of an interesting place to have a washer and dryer, but you know, if the goal is to have that basement as a completely separate rental unit, of course you're gonna have to figure out somewhere else to put a washer and dryer because you don't want to disturb your guests. So surprised that they made it work right here with the plumbing. So this is also a closet. Yeah. If I was buying this house, because that might not having a catch pan right there, it might be an issue on the inspection because God forbid if something goes wrong, a leak with the washer, you don't want that water messing up your hardwood floors. But decent amount of closet space though. Has much more closet space than the first home, which is at a higher price point. So we've got this bathroom is actually shared by both bedrooms. So we've got two entrances, and they went with the sliding doors, which, you know, is really smart because there's not a lot of space right there. So you don't want a door that you have to open and, you know, it just takes up all the space. So the sliding door is the most efficient door to use. Okay, got another skylight right here. Light and fixtures. Fully renovated bathroom. We've got some built-in shelves right here. I mean, this is a nice home. good amount of closet space. I'll tell you what, the reason why the first home is more expensive than this one, even though the finishes in this home are newer, is because two things. Number one, the size of the lot, right? They have way more room, right? Outdoor room. And also they have a roof deck, and also they have more square footage, right? So there's a lot of things that goes into the price of a home. If you're, I'll give you an example. If you're selling a house and your neighbor got a certain price for their house, right? Let's say your neighbor got $500,000, right? But your home is smaller. You might have a better kitchen than your neighbor's house, but it doesn't mean that you can sell your house for the price of your neighbor's house just because you have a better kitchen, because you have to look at everything in totality. So if you have a better kitchen, but they have more square footage and an extra bedroom, even if their finishes are subpart of yours, their kitchen is subpart of yours, they might be able to command a higher price just because they have things that add more value to a home, right? An extra bedroom, more square footage. So their kitchen might not be the best, it might be average at best, but they have other things to compensate for not having the best kitchen. So it's kind of like you have to look at everything in totality and not just single out one thing. Oh, I've got a bigger yard and my neighbor doesn't have a big yard, so my home must be worth more. It doesn't work like that. You have to look at everything. So beautiful home. I really, like this home at $485,000. I mean, geez, in DC for a house that you can earn some extra income with in that basement. I mean, this is a great deal. So let's head over to the third home. We're going lower in price point, and let's see what that home has in store for us.
So the next home we're going to be taking a look at is actually not a house. It's a condo. And we don't see a lot of new construction condos in neighborhoods east of the river, right? So I think this building we're going to be looking at is maybe one of three, right? There are probably three of these buildings. Three might be a bit generous, maybe two of these new construction buildings in the entire neighborhood of Anacostia. Now, there are quite a few new construction townhomes. I've seen a dozen of them in Anacostia, but as far as condominiums go, not a lot of them. So I'm pretty excited to take a look at the units. We're going to be looking at 2 one-bedroom units, and these are priced pretty reasonably compared to one-bedroom condos in other parts of the city. Now, I haven't seen these units in person. I've taken a look at the pictures online, and from a construction perspective, I mean, the quality looks pretty top-notch. So we're going to meet up with the listing agent, and she's going to show us around, give us the lay of the land about these units, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'm here with Dina. We're looking at this. How many units are in this?
20 units.
So this is a 20-unit condominium project on Nicholson Street, right? So you don't see a lot of these kind of condos east of the river in Anacostia. I think this is probably maybe 1 or 2 of these buildings. And so Correct. Dina is a listing agent, and 85% of these units are sold already. So that tells you, and they sold in 3 months?
Yes.
So that tells you there's a lot of demand for properties like this. So we're going to look at a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo that's priced at $299. So 1-bedroom, 1-bath price at $299. So let's go in and take a look.
Let's go check it out. Seems so good. Step inside.
Okay, so what do we have here? This is our living area. And so, Dina, what really stands out about this unit, right? As far as like the construction, the finishes, what would you say is like the selling point for this place?
Absolutely oversized windows. Look how much light we have in this unit. It's flooded with light. It's an end unit as well, so you have extra window on this side and just a wall of the windows on the side of the road.
Yeah, so you can never go wrong with the floor-to-ceiling windows. What else I like is the trees outside. You get that sort of,
right.
Like nature vibe. So I see you guys went with the 2-tone cabinets. Is this something that
Color gold quartz, which would have a backsplash with color gold quartz as well. 2-tone cabinets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm assuming that's like the trend these days with.
Yes, very soft, very warm.
Yeah,
kind of finish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And I see you got the speakers in the ceiling.
It's a full house audio, so every room does have a built-in speakers.
Okay.
We also have a receiver that comes with the unit. It's right now placed in one of the closets, but you can move it around.
Okay, interesting. And you were telling me about these solid doors. Now,
Yeah.
these doors, I only see these for the most part in properties that are like $1 million in Northwest.
Right.
So at $299, you guys went with solid doors. What was the inspiration behind that?
If you actually notice, the entire unit have a very, I would say, high-end finishes,
Yep.
details.
Mm-hmm.
From the baseboards to the accent walls to the doors, kitchen. We have a porch. We have a custom cabinet.
Sure.
There is no cutting corners here.
Gotcha.
And I know the doors really stand out, but if you actually take a look, then you can see a lot of elements that are, usually you can find them at million and plus price point.
Okay, cool. So this is the bedroom, by the way.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Okay. And the high-end finishes continue into the bathroom, I see. So, okay. Interesting. So for $299, you're basically getting finishes that you would see in $1 million plus place.
With $145 condo fee.
Yeah.
And we also offer 1.5% seller credit.
Okay. What does that cover, the HOA fees?
HOA covers exterior building management, snow removal. The only pretty much bill you will have is electric and water.
Interesting.
It does have individual water meters.
Cool. Okay. Can we check out the other one bedroom? Okay, go.
Let's go check it out. You do want to check out the roof battery.
Do you want to leave that for last? Or? No, not yet. Okay. Let's check that out.
Because we already here, so we'll go back.
Yep.
This is Dina Shamirova, the listing agent of 2305 Nicholson Street. I just want to let you know that the unit is open and I'm actually here at the building. Oh, did you schedule for today or for another day? Oh, so sorry. Okay. Sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So what is that room right there?
Huh?
What is that room right there?
It's a wet bar. And that is another tier. So we have access to from 2 tiers.
I see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's just access to the other place.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So we have a green roof. You can see the beautiful views from here. You can see Washington Monument. You can see the bridge. You can see RFK Stadium. You can see U.S. Capitol from here.
Yeah. I'll let you catch your breath. I tell you how to really. Okay. Cool.
This is like my 3rd time coming up here.
Yeah. Okay. You can check out the.
Nice, right?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, so then feel like luxury, right? You're in the unit.
Yeah. I mean, I could kind of tell from.
Worth. Kind of had a one slab backsplash in $450 price per square foot.
Yeah. I mean, I could kind of tell from the pictures, that it was going to be good, but I mean, I'm just taken aback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to go first? Oh, yeah, you go ahead. Okay, so this is a different layout.
It's a different layout.
Of a 1-bedroom unit.
Floor plans for 1-bedroom unit. It does have an island. It's an end unit as well.
Yeah, so it's really quiet in here. I mean, you close the door and I can, the street noise immediately just.
It's also a one-way street, so the street itself is not really busy.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming if these aren't soft close, I'm going to be disappointed. Okay, they are. I know.
Of course they are. Of course.
Okay. So this is kind of like the living room dining combo.
Living dining concept.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the system.
Mechanical room.
Yeah.
Then we do have very nice size bathroom, shower.
Wow.
We have a bedroom flooded with a light as well because the backside gets a lot of natural light.
Mm-hmm. So this is just
and overlooks at the parking.
Just the parking. Got it.
Mm-hmm. And nice walk-in closet. As you can see, hard to find this type of closet in a one bedroom. So you have a
exactly.
washer and dry in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And what I see, I pay attention to the details because I'm looking at the washer and dryer, and you guys have the catch pan installed. Now, a lot of people don't do that, right? I see that all the time, and it's a pet peeve because if that leaks,
common mistake that most of the builders don't catch.
Yeah, because if it leaks, I mean, your floors, which aren't cheap, they just get messed up, right?
Exactly.
So, okay, cool. All right, well, Dina, thank you for giving us a tour of this beautiful space. And if you're interested in a unit like this, feel free to give me a call. We can put you in touch with Dina. And this is, like we were talking about earlier, a lot of potential, lots of new development in the Anacostia neighborhood. And this is like it's like a unicorn because you don't see a lot of condos, at least not on this level, in neighborhoods east of the river like Anacostia. So, anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I think you've covered everything.
Catch you in the next one.